So, we all know that Barcelona hasn't had done the best transfers in the last 2 decades. Bad businesses made the club to lose huge amount of money, which ended up causing a very huge financial debt of $1.3 billion. So, how about we create a football team out of all the failed transfers they made? Let's check it out. Starting up with the goalkeeper, there aren't many flops that Barcelona has done, but the same can't be said for Barcelona's most expensive goalkeeper of all time. I am talking about the current Bournemouth goalkeeper Neto. In 2019, Neto arrived at Barcelona as a part of a swap deal. His transfer fee was close to $25 million. But for the price, he only stayed on the bench because they already had a better goalkeeper. In context, this is a bit more than what Manchester United paid for De Gea. So from now on, we'll continue with the 3-3-4 combination. Next up, we have right-back position. At right-back, we have 2 nominations, Serginho Dest and Martin Caceres. For me, Dest will take this position. In 2020, Serginho Dest joined Barcelona from Ajax for a total €25 million deal. He had some good moments at the club, but overall his transfer to Barcelona was a flop. This season is the 2nd consecutive season he's on loan, and most likely he will get sold by the club in the summer. At the main centre-back we have a big flop. It is Dmytro Chihrinsky. In 2009, Barcelona signed him for €25 million from Shakhtar Donetsk. But he couldn't live up to his high expectations as he managed to play only 851 minutes in the league. After just 1 season, he was sold back to Shakhtar, making a €10 million loss. As the left-back or left centre-back of the team, we have a former Arsenal star. It is Thomas Vermaelen. The Belgian international signed Barcelona from Arsenal for about €20 million. Injuries made his time at Barcelona a flop. After just 2 seasons, he was sent on loan to Roma, then stayed in the club for around 2 seasons and left. Moving on to midfielders, we are going to have 3 of them in the lineup. Starting up with arguably one of the worst transfers the club has ever done, Miralem Pjanic, $60 million transfer who only spent 1 year at the club and went on loan, then got his contract terminated. The next one in the midfield is Andre Gomes, who signed for €37 million from Valencia, but never proved his time at Barcelona and got sold to Everton after 2 seasons. The last man on our midfield is Arda Turan, who arrived at Barcelona at a price close to €35 million from Atletico Madrid. But after the transfer, he seems to have given up in football. Another bad business made by the club. So the midfield is completed. Next up, we are going to have the forwards. 4 forwards will lead this team. So as our left winger is arguably the biggest flop in Barcelona's history, Philippe Coutinho. In 2018, Philippe Coutinho signed Barcelona from Liverpool for a price close to €135 million. For the huge price, he never paid off. Just 1.5 seasons, he went on loan to Bayern, where he scored 2 goals against Barcelona in the famous 8-2. The after he went out on loan to Aston Villa and later signed for them for only €20 million. Next up, we are going to have the right winger. This one could be a bit debatable. It's Ousmane Dembélé. Yes, I know he had a good season or 2, but it's nothing compared to the €135 million Barcelona paid to sign him. He didn't perform the worst on the pitch, but has been injured for so long, making this transfer a flop. 6 years later, just as things were starting to seem good for him, he left Barcelona to join PSG for €50 million. Next up, in our striker or second striker position, we have Antoine Griezmann. In 2019, Antoine Griezmann arrived at Barcelona from Atletico Madrid for a fee of around €120 million. In his first season, he struggled to adapt to Barcelona's style. However, in the following season, he began to perform well. Unfortunately, due to financial problems, Barcelona had to get rid of him. So he went out on a loan deal back to Atletico Madrid, where he eventually re-signed for just €20 million. At last, we have the final player of the team playing at striker. But before we dive into that, please make sure to subscribe to my channel. Hopefully, we will be able to reach 1,000 subscribers. Now back to the video. As our final striker, we have Zlatan Ibrahimovic. In 2009, Barcelona signed Zlatan Ibrahimovic from Inter Milan for 68 million euros plus Samuel Eto'o. Although Zlatan Ibrahimovic managed to score 21 goals in his first season, Pep Guardiola didn't favour him. So after just one season, he was sent out on loan to AC Milan, where he later signed for just 24 million euros.